coming up here, Circle the Big Podcast, episode 70, 70, damn, 70 episodes in. I hope you guys enjoyed 69. But yes, this episode 70, as we're going to go ahead and recap NWA Empower in 73, giving our thoughts of the two-night epic event that occurred this past weekend, and also recapping Go Home Week for Dynamite as we head to the road for All Out coming this Sunday, and giving our predictions as well, and pro wrestling news as well, and more. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you click on the bio, click on our YouTube channel, make sure right there on our social media, on the link tree. Don't go anywhere. As episode 70 begins now. And welcome everyone to the Circle Bait Podcast, episode 70, ladies and gentlemen. This is the host of Devious One, Ivan C. And today, of course, I have my hermano, or fellow four horsemen. Of course, we don't have the other two other four horsemen because they're musicians. They're busy. They're busy as hell, but we still manage to go ahead and do it regardless here on Circle Debate. Of course, I have the undefeated, the undisputed, the unmatched, and the unrivaled money, by God, Mike Lopez.
And let's forget, undeniable. Let's get this started. Circle Debate, episode 70. Man, can you believe this? We've done this 70 times now? Insane.
Yes. Insane and brain. Yes, insane. That's right. We're insane of professional wrestling because this summer heading to fall has been nothing but crazy and phenomenal pro wrestling. But before we get into it, I want to get on a serious note very, very briefly here. Obviously, we heard the news, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, another passing in the pro wrestling world. We did hear Shannon Spurrill, better known as Daphne, from TNA and Impact and from WCW. If people who are not familiar with her work, she was with a faction alongside with David Flair, and I think it was Kronos. I forgot who was the other person's name, and I apologize if I don't. Not really familiar with that group of WCW, but I am familiar with her work in Impact TNA at the time. A great, phenomenal worker. Unfortunately, we all heard the news 48 hours ago. She was on her social media and feeling depressed and harming herself, and and getting the news the next following day. It's tragic. Condolences to the families, to the Spurrill family, the family. I know this is a hard time, and our deep condolences here at Circle Debate in the pro wrestling community world, around the world. Just to very briefly to note, once again, ladies and gentlemen, that you feel any time we had the situation before, we discussed about this in our archives before, that you ever have any situation you can't speak to anybody, fighting it's a non-curable disease, finding depression, finding anxiety, talk to someone, speak to someone. Obviously, there's the suicide hotline. Just reach out, talk to your fellow friends or family members out there, or if you don't want to speak to them, reach to the hotline and speak to someone. Let your feelings out. Do not let this overwhelm you and overcome you. Because then, obviously, unfortunate events occur, and we don't want that, and obviously we want the best for everyone, and to find help, like me personally, I had that as well, but that was years ago, and I mean I'm fine. I found help, and that's the best way to do. So I really recommend that for everyone. And if you ever feel that way, even reach out to us on our social medias, even though you don't know us, reach out to us and speak to us. I mean, we're here as well. We're open arms. We're willing to hear you guys out. If you guys want to talk, we have no issue about that. But please, if you ever feel that type of way, make sure, fighting this depression, do not let it overcome you. Fight it, and Don't let this, destroy your world. So once again, so just make sure you guys, do that. And also, call the suicide hotline as well, if you ever feel any type of way. All right. So
I will say that to your point that, even we're a wrestling podcast, right? But we're humans first. And we know how things can sometimes get difficult, especially nowadays. COVID's going on and life is not what it used to be. Yeah. So, help can come from any place. And we're not professionals by any means in that sort of field, but help is help. And, if Circle Debate can help you guys out in any way, we'll definitely, do our best.
Absolutely. Well said. Absolutely. That's 100%. All of us reach out to us, even to the League of Extraordinary Podcasts. Reach out to them as well. Reach out to all of them because, like I said, it's a serious, situation, and we don't want obviously lose anybody here in this world just for other diseases that's not curable. But so you just seek for help. That's all I ask. All right, now let's jump on to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about NWA, a 2-night epic event. Let's talk about Empower first. I want to go ahead and congratulate Mickie James for a phenomenal work, a great event for all women's pay-per-view. We did see a new crown NWA women's tag team champions. We saw, of course, Marty Bell and Allison Kay becoming the NWA tag team champions. And of course, we did see a great match between Melina and Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Knockouts Women's Championship. And of course, Chelsea Green winning the Women's Invitational Cup of getting her title shot the following day on NWA 73. Man, and also shout out to Diamante for winning the Battle of the Brands between defeating Chick Tormenta and Kylie Ray in the Battle of the Brands. So it was a great work, and I cannot wait to see more of women's wrestling in NWA. And I was actually emotional, Money Mike, because I saw that sign and this is not just women's wrestling. This is professional wrestling, and I enjoyed that very much. Instant classic, traditional women's pay-per-view, and I enjoyed it. I don't know, what were your thoughts about Empower, Money Mike?
So I enjoyed it. I honestly thought it was an enjoyable pay-per-view, aside from start to finish. And if I could I'll start with this. I do feel that NWA could maybe spruce up some things in their production. I'm not taking anything away from the talent itself. This is more of a production side sort of thing. I feel that a lot of eyes were on them that maybe weren't before. And I feel like they could have just brought it up a little bit, at the beginning of the live stream, I was hearing like it was just a black screen and I was hearing them test out their mics. I feel that sort of thing could have been done before, right? So it's just a nitpick, if I were to say. But as for the action in the ring, definitely top notch. And I like now getting to know more wrestlers, right? More new talents that I can say that I've now seen. And Empower definitely did that, from someone that's just barely starting, like Santino's daughter, first time seeing her in action, and to veterans like Awesome Kong coming out and declaring her retirement, right? So all in all, had everything in between. I was definitely surprised that Chelsea Green was the one who won the invitational. What was it called? It
Women's
was a battle.
Cup. Yeah,
the Women's Cup. There you go. Yes, I was surprised with that. But then when I thought the match, between Camille and them, Camille and Chelsea.
Layla Hirsch.
Oh, and yes, of
I
course,
forgot about
Layla
that.
Hirsch.
Yes. Oh my
Yes.
God.
It's so it can be difficult to have that match where someone is small and then the other person's big, and make it believable that the smaller person has a chance, right? It can be difficult to pull that off, but here they did just that. Goes to show the talent, right, in professional wrestling. And so there's that. Melina and Deonna Purrazzo. even with botches, because there were a couple here and there it happened. But even with that, I was intrigued. I was in it. I enjoyed the finish. She was submitting her, and then even with the leg, she was trying to touch the rope. Nope. She grabbed the leg too at the end and forced her to tap out. I think it was pretty cool. And I also thought that the following night, Deanna coming out and attacking Mickey James, I thought that was pretty cool too. It furthers the story there that's been going on in Impact. So all in all, pretty cool pay-per-view. And also NWA 73, which I don't know if we're talking about that yet.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Ric Flair, man. Woo! Oh my goodness, Nate. The Nature Boy, man. It's like, here you go, Mr. Flair. Say whatever you'd like. And he just mentioned whoever from wherever. Man, it's saying that he wished Randy Orton was the one to break the streak of the championship record. But now that Charlotte is the one, right? And she's getting kind of close. So it might be a possibility there, since she's more active than John Cena at this point. So Flair was a highlight. All this versus Trevor Murdoch was fun. They succeeded in bringing that emotion of, yes, he did it, because I feel like, having the family there and all that, like, it added to the whole the boyhood dream sort of thing, right?
Yes, good
Yes.
fucking analogy. I love it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And we want those sort of moments. That's what we want in wrestling, to feel those emotions, to feel something, right? That's good storytelling, right? So there you go.
I agree 100% how you put it that way. And absolutely. It also wanted to mention the one thing before we, begin with 73. Jimmy Wang Yang's daughter too debuted as well in the Battle Royal.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I
feel like I should know right away.
I know. I forgot I forgot her name, but she was there too. Besides Santino Morella's daughter, it was also Jimmy Wang Yang's daughter as well. She debuted. I have to go back and look at it again. Because it's been like a week already. The way I've been,
Right.
But she debuted as well. I just remember that. I'm like, two daughters debuted. So I'm like, wow, I'm impressed.
Future of wrestling. Yes. Yeah,
I'm very impressed. So I'm really happy for them. Kudos for them. But 73 was emotional night. Especially, Ric Flair. Ric Flair, I don't know how many cuts has he had, buddy, but I know that you were emotional. I know, thanking Vince McMahon. I want to thank you. Of course, we all want to thank Vince. Certain things we want to thank him for, not all things, But yes. And, kudos to, I want to give kudos to Mickey James, Kylie Ray. Great match as well. Chelsea Green, Camille, even though she fell short, but it's Camille, man. Yeah, it's a brick house right there. You got to be careful on that. And also, want to give a shout out, this has shocked me, La Rebelión. El Rebellion, que Bestia 666 and Mecha Wolf 450 winning the NWA Tag Team titles away from Eric Stevens and JR Kratos. That's Conan. Right. Conan actually has another. He has LAX and MOW. Now he has, La Rebellion. So he's everywhere. Conan is everywhere. And also shout out to Chris Adonis, formerly known as Chris Masters, the matchup against James Storm. One more match too, the beginning match too. Tim Storm and Latimer, and then the other one, I can't believe I forgot the other name. Did Crimson, yes. What a match. I mean, what a triple threat match. That ladder, I don't know how I gotta give credits to Tim Storm. How the fuck are you able to announce after that match when you were put through a fucking steel rail? How the fuck are you able to do that?
I was so surprised at that. I remember thinking that. I was like, wait a minute, how, what? It's like it's just, I've never seen that to that level.
Me neither.
In any promotion.
I agree. I never seen that. And it was good to see Conrad Thompson, of course, too. he was laughing most of the time, though. He was not being serious at all on the commentary. He was not. You could tell. And also, the Battle Royal as well. Like Judias, the return of Judias. People are not familiar with him. Go back to the TNA, the NWA TNA days. When he was, James Mitchell, the Ministry back in the days, So you got to look at that. I mean, good to see him, and also, seeing JTG as well being one of the last ones in the Battle Royal. So he made a history too. So Murdoch as well, man. I was emotional. I think he well deserved it. It's about damn time that Nick Aldis loses his belt. But like how you said, it was an emotional moment for Murdoch, and it was great to see him because I know that Lance Cade, looking from up the heavens.
Yep.
And,
absolutely.
Congratulating his brother in arms, winning the NWA 10 pounds of gold heavyweight title. So yes, great pay-per-view. So keep on to the NWA on Fight TV. They have Power every other Tuesday. So make sure you tune on that on Fight TV. They have a lot more coming, and I cannot wait for the future of NWA, especially with the women's division. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Now let's jump on to Dynamite, the road to All Out. So great opening match between Santana Ortiz and FTR. Of course, Santana Ortiz picking up the win, giving FTR their second loss. Rough grudge match, Money Mike. But I don't know I want to get your thoughts about that opening match.
First of all, man, I think it's Cash Wheeler or was it Dax who got injured? Man, like I recently rewatched what happened, and that is not something that you just walk off, So yeah, I mean, both teams delivered for sure, and I'm kind of wondering why this was not on All Out. This could have been built up, and I feel like it was kind of shortchanged by a lot of the other stuff that's going on because I remember there was a promo a few weeks ago where they had like a press conference and they were all like, and then Santana and Ortiz were talking about their families and the sacrifices and this and that. So yeah, this very well could have been built up better and ended up on the All Out pay-per-view, but it didn't. But here we go. But here it is, right? And it delivered. And even on Dynamite, I feel like they were given the time to go ahead and put this match forward. So yeah, and I do think Santana and Ortiz was the best way to go as far as the victory.
Yeah, I think another 1-1. I think this is not over yet. I think there's going to be another one more match to end this feud, and I think they deserve more within this rivalry between Pinnacle and the Inner Circle. I think they deserve more because the first time obviously didn't have the opportunity because of the injury. I mean, this match delivered, but I feel this could have been a more, like how you said, I'm with you, could have been a pay-per-view of epic events. Could have a longer minutes on it, especially with this situation, but we'll talk about that when we get to the card. But it would have been I think it would have been spectacular if they would have added it to All Out, even to the buy-in. I mean, I don't want to put it, but it doesn't matter. That could have been great too. So
yeah.
All right. And then finally, we get to see something that we haven't seen in 7 years. 7 years. Of course, it's a CM Punk segment cutting his promo, then 2.0, and Daniel Garcia attacks CM Punk. And man, I was like, shit. I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then all I see is Darby and Sting coming in and trying to make the save. Everybody does their finisher, the Scorpion Death Drop, the Coffin Drop, and of course, the Go to Sleep. That's right. We saw it for the first time in 7 years on national television. Yes, we've seen it before on the independent circuit when he was wearing a mask and he was saying, that was not me. That wasn't me. But it was you, Punk. We already know, Phil. We know. But finally, we get to see it on national television. And, of course, the crowd, you still got it. But, hey, you tell me.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We'll find out.
But yeah, I mean, then we get the face to face. Then Stang, I'm like, I'm gonna be a part of it. Your thoughts, man? Was it, what was your feeling seeing CM Punk finally hitting that GTS for the first time on national television?
I'm glad that it wasn't just a talking segment. Even he knows it. He's mentioned it a couple of times now that this could easily wear off and get old. CM Punk comes out, cult of personality, yay! And just a promo, and okay, bye. No, there needs to be action. We're here in wrestling. We're here to see you get attacked or attack, right? And so the 2.0. Okay, I feel like I haven't spoken about 2.0 and Danny Garcia. I believe that's his name, right? Yeah. So okay, who the fuck is that guy?
I was waiting for you to say that. Who the fuck is that guy?
Who are these guys, man? And seems like they're being pushed to the moon,
To the moon. Yes, he is.
So I mean, I don't personally, I don't get it. They just come out of nowhere and oh hey, we're supposed to know who you are. I mean, I'm just being honest here. So I particularly don't get that, but okay, I'll accept it. Here are these new guys, and they're attacking CM Punk, and but again, so back to CM Punk. I'm glad that he got attacked. I'm glad that there's some physicality going on, and not just or a weekly interview with Tony Schiavone like how Sting did. So yeah, I'm ready, all out. Let's get physical. That's what we all want, man. CM Punk, come on, let's get physical. So yeah, there you go. I'm happy. Looking forward to it.
I know. I was happy too. I was like, damn, all right. But 2.0, of course, we know that we're ever rise in NXT. Daniel Garcia, he's more of a New Japan strong style guy. But very, very, very technical. And yeah, the guy is great. Give the guy credentials, man. But yes, Daniel Garcia, he's something else, man. But I'm loving it. But yes, there you go, Leo. All right. But of course, we did get the Orange Cassidy and Jack Evans match. I'm gonna say it wasn't like but it was a. How would you get a win during a commercial break? I think that was a big no-no. See, look, we're not AEW marks, okay? No, I am not. That's right. I'm not. I am we're all professional wrestling fans. For all of our audio platform listeners, of course, Money Mike is wearing a Moxley t-shirt. So yes, he is not an AEW.
No, not at all. What? How could you say that? I have no other clothes. There you go.
He hasn't done laundry yet. So yeah, there you go. That's the only ones he has. But that match was like then the whole attacking with the Hardy, factory came out, and then we did see Jurassic Express, which we did learn that's going to be now which we'll get to that'll be the opening for the buy-in, but we'll get into the card later on. What were your thoughts about that?
It seems kind of random, I don't know. The lack of buildup. I feel that Jurassic Express has been involved with the Elite or with the Young Bucks at least. If this was WWE, and I kind of don't like saying that, but if this was WWE, we would be seeing Jurassic Express versus Young Bucks at All Out.
3 times in a row. 3 times in a row.
So there you go. So I'm glad Lucha Bros are taking the title shot, but more on that later. But as far as this, it did seem kind of like filler, but honestly, I didn't mind it. It was nothing to write home about, but it was there. So it's free TV, people. Come on.
Yeah, it's true. That is very, very true. And I wanted to mention also the Eddie Kingston and Miro promo. So now we did learn that it's going to be also in the card of All Out. It's been talks about for weeks now. I mean, even when we had that on Rampage, and then it's been talked about already. I don't know why Miro's calling him out, but I did like Kingston's promo though. I'm sorry, I enjoyed it. See, Kingston's yes, he is a master of promos, man. You seen it on BTE. I mean, give him a fucking any object, any item, he'll start talking about it, make a promo out of it. The guy is a fucking mad genius, and he is a veteran in the ring. I mean, even though people don't give him credit what credit's due, I don't give a shit about his physique. Look at Kevin Owens, man. The guy, he started that way too and lost some weight. Eddie Kingston, maybe it was the opposite, but hey, the guy can move. The guy's a natural, man. But I'm looking forward to seeing Eddie Kingston and Miro. But so your thoughts about his promo? I'm pretty sure you're like, hold my hand. Let me walk you through hell, and then take you back up in the heavens, something like that. I forgot. I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere along those lines.
Somewhere around the lines.
Yes, man, Kingston, that guy. Give that man a mic every week, and he'll give you magic. Because, yeah, the guy can talk for sure. And all the Miro hints about his wife, and he said that the only way to keep him down is in a hotel room with his wife or whatever. All this has been leading up, I feel, to All Out. I feel Lana's gonna be there.
Yeah, I think everybody's been saying that.
I feel the 90 days is up. She's a free agent officially, and I feel like his promos have been leading to this. So yeah, I feel she'll be there, and she'll help him beat Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, I think that's could be the path we're heading to. We're gonna see CJ Perry, formerly known as Lana, showing up. Question is, what is she gonna go by, CJ, or is she gonna go Perry, or is she gonna go Anna, or what is she gonna go by? I don't know what kind of I was gonna go further than that, but I'm not gonna do that because then I'm gonna that brings back to 69.
We're uncensored, right?
We're uncensored, but I don't want to go more further. But...
So I saw a meme that that Lana is an anagram for anal.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Anal is only elite. The internet, folks. I tells you.
The internet, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is here. And once again, I want to thank all of our audio platform listeners for listening on here on Circle Debate. On your audio platform listening on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Anchor, Spotify, the whole shebang. But yes, of course, we just see Hobbs and, of course, the machine, Brian Cage. I will say that the first 10 minutes, it was dead fucking boring. Then it got a little bit because the crowd got into it a little bit. I was all right, cool. I see it happening. I feel bad for Brian Cage. Honestly, Hobbs got the the win. I feel bad the fact that he has to follow up, continue with his storyline. I just wish that they could drop it. He should have just beat everybody from Team Taz and move on. And forget about Team Taz. Let them do their own shit. It just, it's not intriguing. I don't know how you feel about it, Money Mike, but it's not intriguing.
It's not intriguing at all. I found myself just kind of tuning out a little bit there during that segment. And the only explanation that I may have for this is that maybe, just maybe, if Kenny Omega retains, that maybe Brian Cage could be the next challenger in line for Kenny Omega. And they're just holding him with this whole Team Taz thing for the time being until we can actually get that match, right? Or that feud. So yeah, I feel like if that's probably the only acceptable explanation that I can think of for this feud to being extended and stretched out as much as it has.
That could be the case. You never know, but you're onto something. That could be the case. You never know. That's right. Of course, George McKay, Straight Talk Wrestling, of course, because you've been calling that for quite some time that you want Brian Cage to be the one going after Kenny Omega. So this might happen. You never know. And of course, you have your cutie pies. Your cutie pies now has a new faction, of course, along with the Gun Club turning heel on Paul White. What we see the cutie pies after coming out, trying to cut a promo. Paul White comes out. Of course, Spike beats everybody up. Gun Club comes in, and then the chair shot out of nowhere in the hip, and then hit him in the head. We haven't seen a headshot in quite some time, but he didn't hit him in the head. He hit him in the shoulder. But not surprised really that Gun Club turned heel. I don't know how you feel about those cutie pie segments. Yeah, he doesn't feel. Yeah, he's probably like, I don't feel any different about it.
No, you know what, man? The cutie pies are cutie lame. I don't know. It just okay. Yes, I'm sure it takes planning and all that stuff to set up a heel turn, right? Like this, and the choreography of, oh, you're gonna be here at this point, and then you're gonna hit him with the chair and all that good stuff. I feel like it could have been handled better. Billy Gunn should have attacked them a little bit sooner instead of us looking at QT Marshall's face like, or I don't know, I don't know. I feel like the camera could have, or the angles could have been better so that we couldn't have seen or foreseen the turn happen.
I just wish you could have done it way better. I'm with you. The only thing, I don't know if you noticed how Billy Gunn was going after QT, but he didn't hit him. He kind of, he helped himself until he dropped the chair because he fell off. It was so late. I'm like, yeah, they're turning heel. And like, it was so fucking obvious. I mean, it could have been better if they were all in the ring. I'm like, yeah, no, bam, just then hit him. Something different, but it is QT Marshall, though. Hey, but he's getting popular. People are hating him. And yes, we do hate you because you're fucking ruining TV time. Good job, by the way. So I'm not going to tell you you're not doing anything wrong.
I like this better than the Cody feud. I'm
with you then. Yes.
I don't love it. Don't get me wrong. But it's better than what we've had before.
Yes, I agree. One quick note, which I forgot to mention, the Jericho one. The Jericho segment, him just wall with JR. Why did JR was crying, man? I mean, like, they're really selling this shit. I feel like, I don't know. And then Jericho told that he was going to cry. I mean, they look like they're really selling this shit. It sounds like if he's going to lose. But I feel that's what they want us to think. Yes. I think Jericho's going to win. And, but we'll still get into that. But just this promo, this segment, I just didn't understand why the hell JR was crying. It was like, okay, you hired him. We get it. You give him his push. He believed in him. And I don't know. Were you emotional about it? I don't think you were. I'm pretty sure, like, no, you're not going to lose, asshole.
There's emotion, like Trevor Murdoch winning the NWA title. And there's fabricated and, made up emotion like this, we know, or I choose to believe that Jericho is not going to lose at All Out. He's not going to stop wrestling, even though he said, I will not wrestle ever again in AEW specifically, but that he ends up in New Japan or wherever else. Imagine that, Matt.
Or Impact.
So yeah, I don't think that that's a thing, or or I also heard that he's going to leave so he could be inducted into the Hall of Fame in WWE. We're in September right now. And really, that why is he going to wait 6 months of just sitting around or maybe going on tour? Doesn't make sense. All in all, Jericho's going to win. He's going to be fine. Don't cry, JR. Come on. He'll be fine. It's still real to me, damn it. No, it's
it's still real to me, damn it. Wait a minute. So you're saying that he was supposed to was this rumor in a window that he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame next year for Mania?
I heard it was just a regular, it was just some Mark in the comment section. So shut up, Mark. You don't know what you're talking about.
And of course, we did have Tay Conti versus Penelope Ford. Too bad Chris ain't here because I know that he wants. This is like his moment, anyways. But he's not here.
Of course,
I know. But I want to say first of all, I'm glad they're hearing what the hell we feel about the women's roster in the division in AEW.
Yeah.
Tony Khan is watching this for sure because I mean we've been saying for quite some time, give the women some time, don't kill it too much, and he has done that. And you know what? The crowd was in it. The crowd was like, "This is awesome," and it's great to see Penelope, especially her, improved in her in-ring skills since seeing her from day one and when AEW began. Along her with first with Johnny Janela, then with Kip Saban. But I'm happy for her and seeing her getting this match, almost like 15 minutes, about almost like 10, 11 minutes around that.
Yeah.
It was great to see Tay Conti as well. And then of course after she picked up the win, see Bunny obviously in the Penelope before the attack, Tay Conti. Then we hear the Dark Order theme song, and of course Anna Jay. Anna Jay is back. Chris, where are you? Because it's your woman. Oh, she's back. But man,
X-nay on the woman, eh?
Sorry, Chris. You know what I mean, Chris. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Sorry. I didn't mean to get you in trouble, bro. But yes, I mean, wow, yeah. What a great return. And now Tony Khan announced that she's part of the Casino Battle Royale for the women's. So what were your thoughts about the return of Anna Jay and this match as well?
Cool. It's been a while. I forgot why she was put in the shelf in the first place, which kind of goes to show how, but how,
she dislocated during training when she was getting ready for the tournament, the Japan USA tournament. She dislocated her shoulder.
Man, that seems like a lifetime ago. Yeah, so there you go. So there's that. So she's back and ready to kick ass at All Out. I will say I kind of don't want her to win. I want the surprise. I live for the surprises, people. And I hear that a certain Miss Ruby Soho is coming to AEW at All Out. So I wouldn't mind seeing her pick up a win and all that surprise stuff, and but if Anna Jay were to win, that's fine too, and I'm sure Chris would be elated.
He'll be like, that's how he'll be.
That's the Ned Flanders yell.
Yes, he has to be that Ned Flanders moment. He has to be.
Yes, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but too bad. Your homeboy, is doing the Sorry, Chris. That's now her bottle right there. Yeah. And of course, the main event. Man, this is. I was excited when I heard the news. I'm like, whoa, shit! We're gonna have the Elite versus Jurassic Express and the Lucha Brothers. I was excited, and it happened. It was a great match overall. I did enjoy it. Great main event. No, we're here to give it 3.5, 4 beers. That's how I'll give it. But it was a great match overall. I like the chemistry that all four of them have. Yeah. And just seeing Anderson and I'm going to give kudos too that we really don't really speak about it. Anderson and Gallows, they improved. I'm glad they were able to get out of that bubble and they're able to do whatever the fuck they want in the ring. Instead of doing just 2 or 3 basic moves and then that's it, the Magic Killer, it's over. I'm glad they're doing more shit. I'm happy for them. The chemistry with all 8 of these individuals, perfect, fantastic. I love it. Then we did see the aftermath. Of course, Kenny Omega coming out. The attack happened. And then Christian Cage tried to make the save. Then he got his ass whooped. And then the cage came down. And I'm like, by the way, that's a big-ass cage, man. I'm like, whoa, I never seen a cage that high. Jesus. I think it's like close to Hell in a Cell, like kind of the height, I would say. Close to it, maybe. I mean, you can beg to differ, Money Mike. But yeah, but it ended the way, it ended with them just talking smack on the mic and beating them up with candlesticks. And super kick after super kick after super kick after super kick. Man. Of course, the Elite picking up the win, by the way, which I forgot to mention. But great match overall. Your thoughts about the main event, Money Mike?
Man, yes, chemistry. My goodness. I'm sure a lot of different people have seen the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros numerous times, and they probably already know some of the moves that they do in their matches, right? But to me, this is, I think, the third time I've seen them in the ring together, and whoa, it's like I actually I'm impressed. I am impressed with the chemistry, and I'm impressed with the moves that they come up with against each other. Like sometimes, like when they super kick somebody from the other team, and then two guys from the other opposing teams are there, by themselves, and yeah, you just go watch it. Go watch the match. If you, for whatever reason, did not watch the main event, go see it. It's fun. It's fun to watch for sure, and that's what wrestling is supposed to be. So yeah, I very much enjoyed it. What's up with Kenny Omega's hair is what I want to know.
Blue and black hair. Trying to look
like John Wick.
Yeah, if shit. Nobody can beat Keanu Reeves, damn it. Nobody.
So yeah, I mean, Kenny Omega with the hair color change. Let the memes roll in. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I like two things here. That I like that there was a trap. The Elite had to come up with a plan, and that so they could get Christian Cage and beat him up, right? That's the main objective. That Kenny Omega sees him as enough of a threat that they would come up with a plan to get him and to weaken him before the pay-per-view. I think that's one of those things that, it builds up things, and I also like that it wasn't just Christian Cage and Kenny Omega. There was everybody else there, it was like a group thing. It was, it wasn't like in WWE, we see sometimes that whatever feud is going on, but nobody else gets involved. There's a whole locker room of people that do not get involved, but they're there. And it's just those two guys. I like that this involves more people. There's more pieces to the puzzle. So yeah, I enjoy that sort of thing. So
great thing you mentioned that, because you mentioned, of course, you saw like Dante Martin trying to come out, and everybody's trying to make the save. So I agree. It's like, yeah, this is like your old school freaking heel and face like group action there. Like, if Frankie Kazarian comes out, Dante Martin trying to save, saving Christian and Lucha Bros, but then, oh my God, man, Brandon Cutler with the spray, and then I was fearful for Marco Stunt, because I'm like, dang, I hope you don't eat shit. I was just like, oh my God, he's gonna eat shit. I don't know if you felt the same way. I'm like, dude, that is super high for you. I don't know, why would you do that? Why would you go on top?
I think that for a lot of these wrestlers, and I don't know if there's an indie promotion that has a steel cage, right? Or I'm assuming that it's a rare occurrence for steel cage matches to happen in the indies. So I'm sure that for a lot of these guys, this is probably the first steel cage that they get to climb up, so I'm sure for Marco, he was like, I'm climbing that thing, I don't care.
Oh, he climbed up right up. Like, oh my God, I'm glad that he was nothing happened. I was kind of glad. So good. Yeah, so I mean, that was for Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen, for the go home. And of course, later on tonight you have Rampage. So we're looking forward to seeing Rampage coming up tonight later on. Before we jump into AEW All Out prediction card, let's go ahead and just talk about, very briefly, pro wrestling, a little bit of news. First of all, I want to mention how Money Mike mentioned earlier about the 90-day clause is over. Of course, we have Strowman. Of course, Strowman is no longer under 90-day clause, and now he's going to be competing on the Freedom Narrative on October 1st with the EC3. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Make sure you keep an eye on that. And other pro wrestling news. So we'll be right back. We got to take a little quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We'll be right back. But before we go anywhere, enjoy this quick message from yours truly, because we are sponsoring an event coming to you live September 16th here in Southern California. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Old Fashioned Wrestling United Wrestling Network Primetime Live presents the PP Reunion, live September 16th at Don Quixote Venues at Olympic Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. Featuring the stars from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, the Heritage Champion Jordan Cruz, Jordan Clearwater, Ruby Reyes, Dan Joseph, Levi Shapiro, Howdy Price, The Bodega, Beef Candy, Reno Scum, Midnight Heat, CC Chanel, and much more appearances. The Devious One I've received from Circle Debate Podcast with our fellow sponsorships for the 1-year primetime live anniversary for the reunion of PP Ray Roses, and Peter Avalon. You do not want to miss this epic event coming to you live September 16th in Don Quixote venue, Los Angeles. Make sure you follow Old Fashioned Wrestling on their social media platforms for ticket information, as the tickets are selling out like hotcakes. So make sure you purchase tickets now before it's too late, and we will see you there. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for a quick break here at Circle Debate Podcast, episode 70. So we will continue on with pro wrestling news. Of course, we did hear about that with Braun Strowman. Now, another one that let's talk about NXT right quick. First of all, I want to hear Money Mike's thoughts of the new logo of NXT, man. Yeah. Are we seeing the RIP on NXT?
They shoot themselves in the foot, don't they? They shoot themselves in the foot, and then they say that it's not working, and they scrap the whole thing. Okay. I'm no businessman in that level. I've never put a TV on air. So there you go. I'll start with that. But if you have NXT, the way Triple H led it and brought it up, right? Because he brought it up. There's no question about it. It was on national TV, cable, whatever, USA Network. That is no easy task. If I went to USA Network right now and said, hey, I want to put on a wrestling show, well, what would they say? No. But they were able to get NXT, a developmental brand, quote unquote, at the time, and put it on TV, right? Wednesday nights. So with all of that, even Triple H could have done 100 things right. But if Vince McMahon thought that he was a failure or didn't live up to his expectations, then it doesn't work. Time to change the whole thing. Time for me to take it over. All that, right? It's just, I don't know. I just do not get that freaking logo, man. It looks like my little sister. She drew it herself. It just it does not work. And please, WWE, prove me wrong. I want to believe that this logo is usable for such a big brand like NXT, you know?
You gotta believe.
Oh gosh.
I'm Vince McMahon and your best friend Bruce Pritchard and that Bugs Bunny looking motherfucker. Kevin Dunn. But rooming your window, and remind you, ladies and gentlemen, we are not your journalist that speaks about, we got facts. No, I'm not gonna mention, obviously, because we got in trouble because we're mentioning Mr. Seltzer and his sidekick piece of shit that they know everything. Well, I got words. Well, they got words according to them that they heard within the in sources that Vince, Papa Bruce, and Uncle Kevin Dunn will be taking over the production. And now there's other news from Fightful. Yes, I know. That is not supposedly that Triple H is still under control, or Triple H is working along with Vince. We don't know what's the story of it. We don't know as of yet if, we haven't seen nothing yet happening of the revamp or by far of what is rumor in your window, relook everything. They're gonna renovate the shit out of it. So we don't know. We have to wait and see. But he want to give us giving our thoughts about is, Vince McMahon. He has that term. I think we've been saying it for quite some time. He kills his own. I'm gonna inject some lethal dose of poison to his own shit. So if that's the case, then rest in peace, NXT, because in Paul Levesque, you better fucking make a call to Tony Khan. Hey, bro, I can help you elevate that elevation in dark. Let me take over that. Let me do that.
Imagine that.
Oh my God. And hey, Stephanie, I wanted the boards.
Jeez.
Oh my God. If that's the case, Money Mike, man, if this is the case, that if it is, because we don't know yet, we haven't seen nothing yet. But if this becoming fruition that Vince and Bruce and Kevin Dunn taking over the production of Raw, that's it. It's a done deal, and USA is not happy now, will not be happy ever. They'll probably cancel the contract. We might see it go with the Fox or the Peacock. That's it for NXT, and it's a wrap. And then everybody for NXT will be there's a meme out there that all the NXT rosters are outside of the AEW tours in Jacksonville. Like, hey, are you guys hiring? Jesus, man.
And even with all that, even in that scenario, Vince is gonna find ways to blame somebody else.
Can't blame Paul Levesque on that because that's not his fault. Triple H build this brand to its peak of his level or where is that, and this man brought in people from the independent circuit and made the NXT brand itself. Not a developmental at all. And I give him kudos for bringing the best team, the best scouts from HBK, from William Regal, especially number one. He's my number one guy. Regal knows how to scout talent. Man, so and then having Steve Corino, they're working with him, and Billy Kidman too. Like, the guy is a fucking genius, man. Like, Paul Levesque, he knows what he's doing. And now for them not to hire no more indies, they want to build their own shit because they want another John Cena, they want another Roman Reigns, they want another Bianca Belair, because they don't want someone that is really high in the independent circuit to take their platform and use it to take it back, to make themselves a star level. Just stupid, but that's I don't know. This Nick Khan guy, I know everybody is Vince's last call, but this Nick Khan motherfucker, I still feel like it is him. It better not be Johnny Ace, man. If it's Johnny Ace has to do with it, fuck you, Johnny Ace. Yeah, man, we're fucking do this. Yeah, man, we gotta get rid of these guys. Oh, come on, Vince. Oh, fuck you, Johnny Ace. He has something to do with it. Because all this shit started happening since you took over again of VP of Talent Relations. And then this Nick Khan guy, too. What's up with that? Like, fuck. It's just annoying that this is happening. Like, man, you're kidding the NXT brand that I love so much dearly. That it's like, oh my God. Oh, I want to cry. Oh.
There. It's gonna be all right, man.
No, you're fucking Bobby Bruce Pritchard. Fuck you too. And I love your show. Not no more. You fucked it up.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I had to digress. I had to digress.
It's interesting because if NXT goes under, right, which we don't know if it's going to happen, maybe Vince McMahon strikes gold and finds the next Austin or Rock, right? Both of which had prior wrestling experience before going to WWE, but that's another story.
Thank you.
Then, then okay. Right? I mean, all more power to him. But man, really, I guess I'm trying to understand. See, I don't hate WWE, but see, if they want stars exclusive to them, then okay, fine, I get it. But to say that entirely rule out the independent scene, I don't think it's a wise move. Could they give priority to homegrown talent? you know, in some ways, that's the best thing to do because it's your homegrown talent. You're training them in your way. But
Yeah, see, she was even mad about it. The
yeah, oh
dog's
no,
mad about it.
all of them agree with me. They're all pissed off that, especially at that horrendous new logo. WWE, are you playing a prank on us? Because April 1st happened a long time ago. Yeah, that new NXT logo is throw up, man. But anywho, independent wrestlers, they go down the road. Some of their best talent, legends, have been independent wrestlers. Daniel Bryan, can you imagine? Can you imagine if WrestleMania 30, the main event would have still been Randy Orton versus Batista? No. Gosh. Terrible. No. My goodness. Yeah. If CM Punk had not arrived to WWE, it's like I don't know. I can't.
Right?
WWE,
Exactly. Thank you. It's hard.
WWE, why would you
Do that.
Ah,
I know. I feel the same way. Because it's like, by the way, it should have been Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, WrestleMania 30. That's what it should have been. That should have been your Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels match there. Iron Man match there. Passing the torch. Punk would have main evented, and he would have got his main event. Daniel Bryan's movement would have moved forward by him defeating CM Punk. And that would have been a phenomenal match. Phenomenal. Exactly. Yeah, so you heard it right, ladies and gentlemen. We digress because it's sad that we hear a brand that we actually enjoyed and spoke about so much takeovers that has never been disappointed. Every takeover for the last 36 ones has been incredible, has been, man, stupendous. And for it to just probably see it like when it's like that Thanos style gone. Yeah, it's sad.
sad indeed, man.
Sad indeed. It's sad. I hope not. I just hope not. But we'll see. We have to wait and be patient. We'll see the outcome later on. If this is becoming fruition, then best believe that we'll be back digressing. And maybe will be the last time that we'll ever speak about NXT ever again. Just like we don't really talk about WWE. We make that a reason because of decisions like this for a reason. It's stupidity reasons for it as pro wrestling fans. That's just us. So, yeah, you're hearing this out, Vince. Sure, you are. No, you're not. You're just hearing what your investors want. But business is business. But in other news, very quickly, breaking news, of course. Victory Road, September 18th, according to see Christian defending the Impact World title versus Ace Austin, who won the number one contendership. And now we're going to see the X Division Championship on the line. Josh, the Weapon Alexander, defending his X Division title versus Chris Sabin. That's going to be a match to see on Victory Road coming September the 18th. That'll be in 2 weeks from this, weekend coming up. We'll be covering that soon enough once the full card is, it's set. So stay tuned for that. Now let's jump on to AEW. That's right. All out. All out. All out. All out. One of the most spectacular events that we've been dying to see. And because, of course, the in-ring return with Chicago native, we're making his hometown hero return in the United Center in Chicago. So before we even get to that point, let's talk about the card. So let's start off with the buy-in, Money Mike. The buy-in, we have Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta and Jurassic Express versus the Hardy Family Office. So we have all the HFO versus Jurassic Express and Orange and Best Friends. Your thoughts? Who takes it to the level?
Honestly, I would like to see Matt Hardy take the victory. I feel that he's been putting over talent, and I would like to see him, pick up the victory. He got a victory not that long ago against Orange Cassidy, I believe. Did he get the win? Yes, he did, right?
No. He lost.
He didn't.
He lost.
See, there you go.
Broken nose.
To my point. Yes, Matt Hardy, I feel like he needs this victory, and I feel like the HFO needs to rack up those victories, and so that they could be taken as a serious threat, right? So there you go.
All right. And of course, we got the beginning of the card. Now we have the women's casino battle royale. The winner of that battle royale will get a title shot for the AEW Women's Championship. You mentioned Ruby Soho, formerly known as Ruby Riot, to be your Joker card on this one, right? Is that your prediction on that?
Yeah, I'm sticking to it. And I mean, even if it's not, I'm totally fine with that too. But I'm hoping that she shows up. I feel like she would be a good fit for that roster. But to win it, I was hoping for Ruby. But the more I think about it, especially with Britt Baker as champion, Thunder Rosa, she's the one. She's the one that the story tells itself.
Okay. Ooh. The Joker wild card could be a lot. Reason I'm saying that because it could be an NWA person, could be a free agent. So I mean, man, it could be, the possibilities are unknown. Could be Mickey James, could be Ruby Soho.
Wow,
or could be
Tessa
Blatchford. Exactly. See, great mind thinks alike. That's what happens here at Circle Debate. Could be Tessa Blatchford as well. You never know. It better not be like I love you, CJ, but do not compete in a battle royal. I'd rather have you accompany Miro. That's it. I hope it's not you.
I feel that's her. I feel that's gonna be it right there.
Yes, I think that's her. That should be her role. Nothing else.
Nothing against CJ whatsoever.
Nothing at all.
But I think that's where she's been teased. So
yeah, I mean that's those are the three possibilities that could happen in that battle royal. Who shows up now? The question: who will win? You say Thunder Rosa. Something tells me here by looking who's going to be in it. So far, we have Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, the Bunny, Big Swole, Julia Hart, Tay Conti, Diamante, Penelope Ford, Red Velvet, Hikaru Shida, Ima Sakura, Jade Cargill, Kiera Hogan, Abaddon, Layla Hirsch, Kylie Clean, Rebel, Jamie Hayter, Anna J. Rijo. And yeah. This is tough, man.
It's pretty stacked.
It's stacked. I wouldn't mind. I'm gonna go with the underdog pick on this one, man. I think I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with Layla Hirsch on this one.
That's an interesting pick.
Why I said that? Because I think she impressed everyone, and NWA empowered. I think it's about that time. I don't know how she. In your ranking system, Money Mike. So I don't know if you want to look that up very briefly. How is she looking in the ranking system?
You know what? Of course, it's time for my weekly ranking system shout out. My goodness. And what a week it's been. Let's see. Let's check that out because, I mean, as Clark Street already knows, that you got to have rankings, right, guys? Okay. So I don't think I saw Layla Hirsch in the rankings. I could be wrong, but here we go. No, she's not. So Statlander is first, obviously, because she has the title shot. Thunder Rosa is number 2. Hikaru Shida is at number 3, which she has not appeared on Dynamite from what
only on Elevation.
Right. Tay Conti is number 4, and Jade Cargill is at number 5. So I mean, for the winner of the Battle Royal, I would definitely put either Thunder Rosa. I would like to see Jade Cargill, but I feel like it's too soon for her.
Way too soon.
Yeah. And then, or take Conti, right? Or Ruby Soho.
Oh, okay. Or that Joker, or maybe that Joker could win it.
Because really, if you think about it, this battle royal is to kind of skip the line and get that title shot.
Agreed.
Thunder Rosa, she's qualifying for a match already, for a title match. Giving it to her would kind of be redundant if you really think about it.
Agreed.
So yeah, Thunder Rosa is gonna get her rematch no matter what. This battle royal could be a skip of the line for Ruby Soho if she wins it. if she's in it, you know. So that way we could get that match, or like you say, if Mickey James shows up, someone who's not necessarily in AEW or in the rankings, to get enough wins to be able to grant the title shot. Skip the line, we get the match, even with keeping the integrity of my beloved AEW rankings.
Or the new belt collector, the virtuosa herself, Deonna Purrazzo. You never know.
See, there you go.
It's tough. I think I'm
It's
glad.
Kind of tough.
Yes, and I'm kind of glad that Tony Khan moved this to the. Even though I wanted the buy-in, we're not cheapskates here. We purchase AEW pay-per-views here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not cheapskates here.
Of course.
We support the product. This is how we buy it, not Peacock. I know anything else. No. But yes, anything but WWE hashtag. But yes, this is I'm man. I can't wait to see this battle royal, man. I'm very excited. Who's gonna be that Joker wildcard? I'm very excited. Well, could be Chelsea Green too. The possibilities are endless, Money Mike. We don't know who could it be. So many free agents.
Man.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Yes, if it's Chelsea Green, that's a welcome surprise too.
Absolutely. And of course, we do have, there's a cutie pie. Do we really got to talk about this match?
I mean,
we have to. It's a must. I'm sorry.
It comes to think of it, the Gun Club turn, totally unnecessary. This match was happening with or without Billy Gunn turning on Big Show. I would have rather this happen the Dynamite after All Out, if they wanted to keep that storyline going, right? It was just I feel like they pulled the trigger on that a little bit too soon. And so yeah, I don't. Oh well, as far as the match itself, Paul White's gonna win. Duh. Come on, QT Marshall.
Come on, cutie pie. You should know that Mark Henry's gonna come out with him. Somebody's gonna get their ass whooped. I wish he had that theme song, but he won't.
Yeah.
Hey, when I'm not surprised if Mark Henry accompanies Paul White. I want to be.
That'd be fun. Yeah,
it'd be fun to see. Why not? Fuck it, love it. All right, and then we have, of course, the God of Wrestling. He calls himself. What? No, God tells me what to do. The Redeemer, the one, the executioner.
God's favorite champion.
God's favorite champion.
I'm gonna go tell Miro himself right now that you forgot his nickname.
Oh yeah, no, hell no. They didn't look for me. Fuck that. Hell no. But yes, Miro versus, of course, Eddie Kingston. What do you got on them?
Miro, of course. CJ's gonna come out, distract Eddie Kingston, and Miro's gonna put that accolade on, and there you go. That's all.
Yeah, I will be laughing if Kingston wins, man. I will be like, what? But you got to shock the crowd somehow, right?
Not yet. I feel like it's not time for him to lose the title yet.
No, it should have been Fuego that should have done that. That would have been, wow. Yes, I know. It's a bold statement, right? It's a bold statement, but hey, you can only dream, bro. Hey, your streamers here only, you know?
Unless Fuego comes out for payback and interferes and costs Miro the TNT championship.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I swear the whole crowd will go nuts and crazy if that does happen. Oh my God. Well, yeah. I'm hoping I'm just hoping that it does not be a squash match. I want this match to. I hope not either. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you. I think we're gonna see CJ showing up. And of course we do have, of course, I can't do what Just Robert does, but yeah. But you're wearing the shirt, Money Mike, for all our audio platform listeners. Versus, of course, Satoshi Kojima. Arigato. Of course, people are not familiar with Kojima. Too bad Mr. Matt Cal is here that will give you the 69 reasons of why to pay attention to Mr. Kojima, but That's another grudge hitting match, just like we seen the blueprint when we saw, of course, Nagata versus Moxley. I think this is going to be another great one too. What do you got on this one?
I mean, I want to say Moxley. It only makes sense. I am not familiar whatsoever, with the other guy. Sorry, Matt. Don't at me, as they say.
Yeah, Matt is going to be very upset. He's going to give you 69 reasons why.
No. Yes. So yeah, I mean, I'm going for Moxley, right? I'm totally biased. Totally, completely, 100%. No shame there. So yeah, Moxley. Let's go with that.
All right, and I'm with you. I'll go with Moxley too. But we are going to see the chops. Like if you go YouTube Kojima's matches, his chop is always like this. He's chopping everybody like I don't know how many times. He's like the master of the chops. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. And of course, we do have MJF versus the Good Jolt, Chris Jericho. So what do you got on this one, Money Mike?
Don't make me start crying now. No, I think. I mean, Jericho. Do you guys really see this match going some other way? Jericho's gonna win.
I feel the same. I think Jericho's gonna win. I think
I'm willing to bet my house.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. I think Jericho will win by an inch of a something's gonna happen that he's gonna like win out of nowhere. Let's hope so. So I'm with you. I got Jericho as well. All right, and then we have, of course, the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros in a steel cage. Now you saw a steel cage, how fucking high it is. Shit, man. I don't know. Who do you got on that one, man?
What I want to see is a Canadian destroyer from up there.
We're gonna see a double flip Canadian destroyer. That's what we're gonna see.
They'll flip 3 times before they hit the ground. I'll tell you what.
Like a fucking video game.
Yes. Yeah, man. This is the one I'm looking forward to. As I said earlier, that these guys, the times that I've seen them, awesome chemistry, awesome matches. This is my match that I'm looking forward to.
What do you got on this one?
Oh, Lucha Bros. I want Lucha Bros to win. Lucha Bros need to win. Young Bucks, it's been great, and I enjoy you guys as heels, but I feel Lucha Bros, they should take it, definitely.
I'm with you. I want Lucha Bros to win. Something tells me that we're going to see Young Bucks staying. I hate to say it. I think they're going to stay.
Yeah.
You know what I really want, though? I really want now Elite. Well, you know what? I'll get to it when we're done with the card. I'll tell you that. Okay. Now we got the other one. We have DMD defending her AEW Women's title versus Chris Statlander. So what do you got on that one?
DMD, of course. I think Statlander needs a little bit more time to get the title. Not because of in-ring skills, not at all, but in the matter of momentum with the audience, I feel. More people, as evidenced by Pittsburgh, right, are behind DMD right now, even as a heel. I would definitely give more time for Statlander to get more momentum.
Agreed. All right, and then we have the by God of professional wrestling, Kenny Omega defending the AEW World Heavyweight Championship versus Christian Cage.
Kenny Omega, he's gonna take it, no doubt about it, no question. There's an unfinished story here with Hangman Page. The story has not been finished yet. We're left here, well, where's Hangman? He just disappeared. I mean, of course we know he's with his family right now, but But really, as far as the story goes, we need Hangman to come back and slay the dragon that is Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question though: are we going to see a last-minute title for title?
I hope not. I like that Christian has the Impact title. I feel like it fits him quite well. He's a former Impact wrestler, and he's able to appear and go back, and I like that title on him. And we had someone, because when Kenny Omega won the Impact title, I was like, who's gonna beat him for it from Impact? No offense to the Impact roster, really, but we have someone there now that did beat him for the Impact Championship, a credible person, and yeah, so I do not want this to be title for title.
Okay. Yeah, what do you think? I think Kenny Omega is of course sweet, and yeah, if we do see Hangman at the match, I will lose my fucking mind because that'll be something to see. I hope so, but you never know. You never know. I think I hope it be better than part one. And I just hope there's no fucking interference. Let this be a mano y mano because I want to see Omega go kind of old school tradition how he did in the first one, except for the little interference that were there. But I want to see more of Omega. And this is how you could tell that Omega can slow down and can speed up. So this is why he is the title of God professional wrestling. Why he's like, up there as my God, and people love him very much. I do too, but I'm an AJ guy, so I'm always AJ. AJ Forrest and Daniel Bryan, always. But Kenny Omega, of course, will win. We'll put a great match. It'll be an instant classic. No pun intended to Christian, but you are the instant classic in the Impact. So there you go. And the main event, and this has got to be the main event. It's only 10 matches.
I was about to ask you that. It reminds me of WrestleMania 18. You have the title match, Triple H and Jericho, and then Hogan Rock. We saw what kind of what happened there in history.
Wait a minute. You sure that Jericho and Triple H didn't close the show? I think they did close the show.
What I was getting at is that we saw what happened, that Hogan and Rock took kind of the momentum, I guess you could say, or they took it was just such a match that by the time the main event came on, that people were tired. So what is Tony Khan gonna do? Is he gonna put, because we haven't confirmed, or at least I don't know, is CM Punk versus Darby Allin the main event?
I say it should be. I don't think you should not put it in a non-main event title. I'm not no disrespect to Kenny Omega, but I'm going with what you just said right now. Is the fans are gonna get tired, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, I just came here to see CM Punk and I'm gone." What about people to start leaving? You do not want that. You want people to be. Right. You want people to be there, like, "Oh my God, I'm here. I've been enjoying it. I'm just waiting." You want the anticipation to go. You just want that to happen. These are 10 matches. One is a pre and a buy-in, and you have 9 other matches on the pay-per-view. You really want this to be an anticipation and want people to be like, "Oh, what does it happen already? Does it happen?" And it does. We don't even know how long this event's going to be for. It's going to be 2.5 hours, could be 3. This, by all fires, we could say, by looking at the card itself, could be a 3.5 hour event, by giving them the time. But we can assume that. We don't know what's the plan, what's the time frame of how many, what's, how many minutes everyone has individually in their matches. We don't know that yet. So it all depends, man. But I say Tony Khan should put this as the main event. I haven't heard the video call. Yeah, it is in Chicago too, hometown hero.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That amplifies it. It reminds me, or it gives me Money in the Bank 2011 vibes.
There you go. Yeah, agreed. So of course, a lot of questions on this one before I even ask. People are saying CM Punk might lose this one, just unexpectedly. People are expecting him to win. What about he loses? So I want to hear the god of podcasting's thoughts of this main event.
Okay. If CM Punk loses, which I don't think he will, but if CM Punk loses, it's because of something big happening. We may have Sting turn on Darby. We may have Daniel Bryan show up, or Adam Cole, or something. Something big has to happen for CM Punk to lose, in my opinion. On the other side, Darby Allin losing. I mean, I for whatever reason, I feel Sting is gonna turn on him. I just feel like Sting's gonna turn on Darby Allin. I'm intrigued. The possibilities, right? And anybody could lose. I like that Tony Khan doesn't really like disqualifications or countouts, so it's not going to be we're not saving someone here. Someone wins, someone loses, and that's the great thing right there. Whoever loses has to rise up from the loss. And honestly, if CM Punk loses, I feel the story there begins right away. He's been making a point in these past few promos about, oh, I'm nervous because, do I still got it? What is, I'm happy to be here, but, do I have it, sort of thing? And boom, he loses. He has to start from zero again. All the happiness and the yay, CM Punk is here goes away, and he has to just tune that out and be like, you know what, I lost. Much like his UFC debut, right? He came back, did the second fight or whatever he tried, but that's MMA. But the journey back to a victory could be as important to CM Punk as the journey to a title, right? So if they give him that sort of storyline, I would be very interested.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. The thing is that also because then if Darby loses, what's next for him? I think for me is like either if Darby loses, he wins regardless because he's getting put over. You being in a match with someone that hasn't been in 7 years, he chose you as his first contender. And not only that, I mean, you're main eventing if that's the case. A pay-per-view, a high quality at a high pay-per-view event, you're main eventing. I think that's more than anything that you could ever dreamed of. Even though it's not a title match, but this is your WrestleMania moment with CM Punk in the main event. That's how I see it. I don't think Darby does not lose at all here on this at all. He wins, if anything. He gets put over with this match if he loses. So what's next for him after that? Well, you never know. What about you see CM Punk? Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's team up. Let's go for the tag team titles. Shit, anything can happen. You might have a trio, or how Mike said, maybe Sting turns on Darby, and then we have a Sting and Darby match. You don't know. And there's the possibilities are endless, but I don't think to question what's after for Darby. There's a lot of things that could be after for him. Regardless of him losing, he still could be a contender for a TNT, get his rematch, or move forward and go for the AEW World Heavyweight title. You never know. The possibilities are endless for Darby, even if he loses, because like I said, he wins at the end of the day. Who could say that, hey, I'm the one that his first in-ring return match, I main evented sold-out pay-per-view in Chicago with over 30,000 people. What else can I say? I mean, you tell me, Money Mike. I mean,
I'll say this. I read a comment on YouTube because I was rewatching what happened last night, and somebody commented, I don't get why they're treating Darby Allin like this legend and putting him in there with CM Punk. And is Darby a legend? No. At this point of his career, he's not. But if you treat him like one, and if you build him up like one, then he'll become one.
There you go.
And that is the mistake that WWE is making. you got to treat your current roster like future legends so they can become legends. And how Vince does not realize that is beyond me. I wish I could talk to the guy and be like, yo, what's going on here? You know, this and that. But this is it right here. Darby Allin being put in the main event of a pay-per-view with CM Punk. Like you said, man, that elevates him to infinity and beyond right now.
Exactly.
So yeah, awesome stuff.
Exactly, because you're being put in that position. I mean, and not only that, I mean, people speak about protecting the future of AEW. Guess what? They're doing it now. Like, even though you don't call it protection, but like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter about him losing, but that this is a bright future for Darby, a future star for the company. Likewise, how we seen Orange and Jungle Boy when they're, and you know, we're gonna see that with MJF as well. These are your four major stars that are going to be the future of All Elite Wrestling coming in the next 5 years, even less than that. And you spoke about legendary. They're doing shit legendaries can barely do nowadays, that have been dying to do since they were prohibited. This is why we love the forbidden doors of opening, because shit, this is how you make yourself a legend, by allowing your talents to have the creativity and putting the ball on them and taking the responsibility and run with it. That's how you grow a homegrown talent.
Not just talent, superstar.
There you go. Especially that, a superstar at itself as well. But my God, I love it. I love it. See,
can we just start our own wrestling promotion now?
I kind of want to now. Hey, I think we need to start our own wrestling. Matt, hurry up, man. We've been dying to. Matt's not around, but yes, we need to start.
Hashtag COW, Circle of Wrestling.
There you go. That's right. That is right. Well, yeah. I mean, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The predictions that we have for you here. And once again, thank you so much for tuning here on episode 70. I hope you guys enjoyed the little commercial that we had. Of course, coming in 2 weeks, which there will be a 72, but it'll be a vlog 72. But we'll figure that one out. You'll see soon. Yeah. Because we'll be attending and sponsoring, of course, a one-night epic event. One-night event where we see PP Ray. We see Ray Rosas and Peter Avalon reunite as PP Ray one last time. And, of course, special appearances from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Roster. We got the Bodega, Reno Scum, who has not been there for quite some time. Midnight Heat, of course. CC Chanel, Ruby Reyes. And of course, Camara, former WWE India star Camara, will be there as well. AEW star Cesar Bononi will be there. Much more surprises that we don't even know. So, for our SoCal listeners and audio platforms that listen to us in California, don't buy your tickets, man. Buy your tickets. Description will be right below on the YouTube channel to purchase your ticket from Caesar, because they're selling out quickly. You got 2 weeks to buy this. 2 weeks. Hurry up.
And if you're there, and if you see your favorite Circle Debate person, you got it. You get me a beer. Come on.
Get him a beer.
Have a beer with your boy.
That's right. Because you want to give him, you got to give the man a beer to bike out a podcast. You have to.
Of course. I'm thirsty. Come on.
If you want to have a long conversations, give a beer to Matt. So he'll give you 69 reasons why.
You'll go over each and every one of them.
Yeah, he would. He would go over each and one of them. And if you see Chris, just buy him a water or soda. No, actually buy him a water or a club soda or whatever. He don't drink, but buy one of those. Talk about music. The music man is a great musician. tell you that. One of the baddest guitarists. That I see in my time. But yes, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we thank you so much for tuning in at episode 70. Now, before we let everybody go, I'm going to let Money Mike to go ahead and let our audio platform listeners around the world, especially in Europe, and especially our fans in Germany that have been listening to us so very, very much. And take it away, Money Mike.
Danke, Herr Ivan. Alles unser Freunden bei Deutschland. Danke für hören Sie Circle of Debate. Und wir lieben alles Sie. Und guten Abend, guten Morgen, guten Tag. Ja? Wir lieben Sie. Tschüss.
There you go. There you have it. Y también para todos los latinos de aquí escuchando de todos los estados de Estados Unidos, de México, Centroamérica, muchas gracias por escuchar aquí el Círculo de Debate. Muy pronto vamos a tener un capítulo que va a ser todo español.
Sí.
Eso nomás. Vean, síguenos en nuestro canal de YouTube y de nuestro, en otros sí, my Spanish is horrible. en otros donde pueden escuchar en
las otras plataformas.
Ay, gracias. I got stuck, for God's sakes. Yes, but muy pronto vamos a tener algo en español para ustedes. And also want to thank once again to our audio platform listeners on Apple Podcasts, on Spreaker, on Anchor, Spotify, on Bullhorn, which I never heard of Bullhorn, but I'm checking it out now. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people that actually are subscribed to Bullhorn and hearing Circle Debate. And also thank everybody from our India platforms as well, in India for listening to us as well, Switzerland and the United Kingdom as well. And of course, our fellow brothers up in North in Canada as well. We love you guys very much for the support. Do not forget as well that on the link tree, if you see it, click on our link tree, buy your merchandise, for God's sake, ladies and gentlemen. Buy your own Circle Debate t-shirt. We have masks, coffee mugs. We even got pint glass. We got it all. Beach towels as well. I mean, obviously we don't have it with us because, it's kind of hot. Yeah. But, it's kind of hot and cold here in Southern California. The weather's weird here. But yes, we'll be back with another one next week. And we're hoping we'll be back. We might, maybe have a watch along for All Out. So you see our reactions. Maybe. We might do that on our social media platforms, not on YouTube. We'll probably do it on either Instagram or on Facebook. So keep an eye on that. If you follow us on our social media platforms, we'll have a watch along on our Instagram. But we can't show you the show. We will show you our reaction. So you never know. Copyright anything, we can't do that. That's pirating right there. We cannot do that. And then, yes, we'll be back next week with recapping All Out, more pro wrestling news, and of course, Dynamite. We're going to recap this, next week's Dynamite, and much, much more. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening here at Circle Debate Podcast. The host of TV's One Ivan C. And of course, I'm here with the unmatched, the unrivaled, the undefeated, the undisputed, and the unrivaled. Money, by God, Mike Lopez. Tell him, Mike, what are we doing here?
We don't just make podcasts, we make history.